got the skills, you got the look. Believe in yourself. Frytol Enriching life. Frytol Enriching life. Wanna be a star. Frytol Enriching life. Wanna own a business. Frytol Enriching life. Climb to the top. Frytol Enriching.
Previously on Frytol Enriching Lives, the competition is getting tougher for the contestants.
Wow, my best selling point. Please, the question again.
The judges are making sure to sift the chaff from the wheat.
So why a SWOT analysis before wow brown? Into weaknesses pa one idea.
Some contestants showed they were ready, willing and able.
I fell in love with cooking as an art and a science. I've always been fascinated by how little simple things can be put together to form a complicated new dish.
Who will make it through in order to get closer to the whopping 100,000 Ghana cedi business investment?
Hello and a very warm welcome to you once again. This is the Frytol Enriching Lives competition, the biggest cooking reality TV show on your screens. This is week 3 and I'm sure you've been enjoying the drama over the last 2 weeks. We show the Know Your Ingredients segments as well as the questions and answers. Frytol Enriching Lives is brought to you by Frytol. Frytol cooking oil is the flagship product of Wilma Africa. Guess the prize. I'm sure you should know the prize by now. 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment for the winner. In the studio with us today is Chef Joe. I'm sure most of you are getting used to him being in the studio with us. Chef, you're welcome.
I'm blessed to be with you.
Welcome once again.
Thank you.
Yes, this is week 3.
That's right.
Already.
Sure. Getting
We're
interesting.
inching closer and closer to that life-changing 100,000 Ghana cedi award from Frytol.
To who becomes part of the final team to go into the actual competition, getting there.
Yes, so in the past episodes, we've seen what happened with the Know Your Ingredients in all the different zones.
That's it.
And then we went on and saw the questions and answers as well. You know, this is week 3. What are we expected to see?
In week 3 is where we're actually coming close to home. We have looked at the ingredients. I could be very fluent, very update of ingredients, but when it comes to putting them together, I may be found wanting. I could have all the business acumen and skill, and we have such entrepreneurs who have invested into culinary businesses, but who cannot even cut onions. Now we're going to do the real thing. We're going to flame up actually. We're going to do actually chopping. We're going to do tossing. We're going to do stewing, roasting, the grilling. And then we're going to see who deserves to go into the actual competition for that coveted 100. I don't want to finish that. I leave that to you to say.
Yes, for the 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment. Yes, so we will take you to see what happened, first of all, in Accra. But before then, I'd like to introduce you to one of our co-judges. Let's just take a look at this short video.
Melissa Mensah is a Ghanaian American, a proud Ghanaian American born in New York City 50-something years ago. I moved to Ghana permanently about 15 years ago, and I'm licensed as an attorney both in Washington, D.C. and here in Accra, Ghana. I started off my legal career here in the office of Mr. Amakai Matefio as the managing solicitor. But within a short period of time, I branched off on my own, and I've been doing mostly consular law issues and corporate transactions, land transactions, those types of things. In recent years, I've had the interest in producing events. And I found an events company called Accra Premium. It actually started off as a website, and it was designed as a way for me to showcase the nicest things in town, the best restaurants, hotels, food and drinks companies, venues, the best experiences in Accra, and basically blog about my experiences. So Accra Premium grew from a website to an annual event. I decided once a year I would bring together all of these companies that I identified as being the best companies, and we would have a tasting event, a day of tasting where families could come together and sample from each of these different restaurants. And that event is called the Accra Food Festival. Accra Premium has presented the Accra Food Festival 6 consecutive years since we've established it, so I'm very proud of that. And we've worked with over 100 of the top companies here in Ghana, embassies and major companies, small crafters, showcasing the best of Ghana to an avid audience of food and wine lovers. I produce Accra Premium events primarily with my 2 children, my son and my daughter. My son is a DJ. He's called DJ Dirty Cursive, and he's the musical director for the company. So any music that you hear on our videos, he produced it. And my daughter, she's essentially my right-hand man, but she's really my substitution brain. She runs most of the administration functions for Accra Premium. And together we produce the Accra Food Festival, the Embassy Chef Showcase. They produced an event called the Day Party GH, which is a very popular brand for entertainment here. And additionally, I'm a hair professional. I've created a colorful hair line called Candy Crochets. And what we do is we provide colorful hair that's worn by a lot of the very fashionable girls in town. So Sister Deborah is one of our main spokespeople, and Official Kwame, he's a DJ. He tends to wear our hair colors. Aziza, the singer. Juliet Ibrahim is one of our models. So we provide colorful hair for people who like to express themselves, you know, their braids in a different way. So I consider myself a sort of unicorn maker. So who is Melissa Mensah? She's a lawyer, she's an event curator, and she's a unicorn maker. A typical day in my life is completely atypical because I do so many different things. With those 3 different hats that I've told you about, I'm facing different obligations at a time. If you asked me this 2 weeks ago, my day would have been heavily focused on preparing for the Accra Food Festival, talking to vendors, talking to the different artists that participate in the event, talking to the suppliers, working with the venue, doing our social media updates. But oddly enough, many of the functions that I have to do in all of my activities is handled on my handset. So a lot of my days these days is spent working on my handset. My own background in food starts from my own grandmother's household. My grandmother was from the South in America, and she was an excellent cook. And from her and a lot of the women that I grew up with, I learned very strong rules about cleanliness, about the quality of the food, wholesome ingredients that you put into the food that you prepare. The food must be not only appealing to the eye, but also very appealing to the taste. And I would expect from the contestants that they demonstrate a high attention to cleanliness, a high degree of curiosity on how they can present the food in an appealing and appetizing way. That I'd like to see that they've done research to see the way that food is presented in 2019. I don't want to keep seeing the same boring presentation of food. I'd like to see cleanliness coupled with curiosity and creativity. My final word to the contestants is that I like nice things, and I especially want my food to be nice. So I hope that they really use their best skills to demonstrate to me that they love the food that they're preparing. And if they're communicating their love in their food, I'm sure it will be nice. So let them be clean, let them be consistent, let them be creative, let them cook with love, and I'm sure it will be nice.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great taste that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol. Love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's been a long while. See, I have some oil. I'm sure you're going to like it. Which oil have you bought?
Our very own Frytol cooking oil. Now they have it in sachets too. It is a naturally cholesterol-free vegetable oil, very
very affordable and fortified with vitamin A. Hey, Frytol sachet, such a cutie. Not only that, it is hygienic, safe and trusted. Our very own Frytol. You better start selling Frytol sachet if you still want me as a customer.
Customer pa. Very soon, you will see me live and colored with Frytol sachet. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, cry.
Cook conveniently with Frytol cooking oil sachet. Available in different sizes. Frytol cooking oil. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back, viewers. Joining us in the studio is Miss Mensah. Melissa, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Frytol Enriching Lives.
I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
In your video, you did mention that you love nice things.
That's true.
How are you going to make sure that it comes through in our contestants?
Well, from my position as a judge, I guess the best thing that I could do is to encourage them. You know, if I see something wrong, point out the things that I see that are wrong and encourage the things that I see that are right. But whether it's nice or not will be determined by their skills. And I'm sure the chefs will bring the best out of them.
Because I've seen that you've done a lot when it comes to events, food events.
And that's why I have a big interest in this project, because I've had the opportunity to work with so many chefs here in Ghana. And I'd love to see a new crop of young chefs come in and really help us to bring Ghanaian cuisine to a global standard. You know, we eat Chinese food, we eat Indian food, we eat cultural foods from around the world, and they found a way to present it in a way that is globally accepted. You'll go to any country and you'll walk into an Indian restaurant without hesitation. And we should have that same expectation from going into a Ghanaian restaurant, that there will be cleanliness, there'll be good quality food, it will be at an international standard. So that's what I'm looking for from these young chefs, that they show me that they have the mentality and the potential to take us to that next level.
That's great, because you've been doing this for quite a number of years now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's funny enough. It's actually 7 or 8 years that I've been doing food events. The Accra Food Festival is a 6-year event.
Wow.
And I need to see chefs that can see an audience like our audience, which is a very upscale audience of Ghanaians who have very high standards living internationally, as well as expats who happen to be here and tourists. And we need to have enough chefs who, you know, you can walk into their establishment and have, you know, a top quality experience. So I'm going to expect the most from these contestants.
Curious, because you've been doing this for about 7 years now. What has been the trend, you know, over time? Do you think we're getting better at it? What are your thoughts?
Let me tell you the aspect that I find most exciting. We know 15 years ago, there were maybe 4 really nice restaurants in Accra, to be honest. Now many have come, many have gone, but they're steadily coming. And the trend that I like the most are the young people who are not waiting for a job or waiting for an opportunity, who know that they're good at doing what they're doing, and they're doing it organically, and they're serving to their friends and their peers, and they're using social media to identify people out there who like what they produce, and they're creating their own cottage industries. I love that. That is the trend that gives me the most encouragement. And I long for the time when we get to the Accra Food Festival and many more of our stands are occupied by young people. We had some young people this year that came in their 20s. That are, I don't believe that they've been formally trained, but they came in, they ran beautiful stands in a very elegant setting, and it's an opportunity. So between having a good product like Frytol, having, you know, good training from chefs like Chef Joe, you know, we'll be able to create something good for these contestants, all of them. The one that gets the 100,000 business investment does very well, but the others as well can get great exposure, great training, and be the foundation of our next crop of, you know, good quality chefs.
Really encouraging. Well, let's go over and see what happened in Accra as the contestants show us what they have up their sleeves. Don't go away.
The stakes are higher. The challenge is harder. At this stage of the competition, the contestants need to bring their A game. This is the cooking off kitchen, where skills is about to meet heat. These 11 contestants all believe they can cook and have put everything on hold just to prove it. If they succeed, up to 100,000 Ghana cedis is up for grabs. no second takes, no airbrushing. In the end, only 4 of them will secure themselves a spot to be part of the finals, which will be held in Accra, to stand a chance to be the first Frytol Enriching Lives cooking champion. All the best, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, congratulations for making it to the next stage. Here, at this stage, you are about to cook what you love doing, the reason why you are here.
It is our wish that you all meet our expectations. I believe all of you can cook. Can you cook?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then prove it.
If you can cook, then now the assignment, the task for the day. You have 3 mandatory ingredients that have to show on your finished plate. And these ingredients are boneless chicken breasts, Frytol cooking oil, cholesterol free, and fortune rice from Wilma, Africa. Aside these 3 mandatory ingredients, we have several pantries dotted around the kitchen. There's a dry store here, a grocery store here, a fortune rice store, and in the refrigerator, we have some herbs and vegetables, including fruits, that you can choose among any of them to complement these 3 mandatory ingredients. So, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. When you hear the countdown on 1, you start work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and before 1, I wish to remind you that you have as much as 35 good minutes to cook this meal. And so, 1, work starts.
My name is Salome Ankara. I grew up with my mom mostly and most of my family members, my auntie, my uncles, my cousins, and then I have a kid sister. I run my own business right now and I started with a very little capital, and right now I'm looking to expand it and employ more people.
I'm Vivian Ahovo, currently staying in Ho, but I'm from Asama Nkese. I study in Ho Technical University, studying hospitality and tourism management. 2017, I was diagnosed with hydronephrosis in the kidney. I needed this program and the money purposely for my health, and also to be able to establish myself, because as I'm about completing my national service, I'm thinking ahead, what is next for me to do? What is ahead of me? Because I'm from a village. Sometimes you have to just sleep on an empty stomach just to survive.
I'm George Frederick Ode, but everyone calls me Kiko. I'm 26 years old. I've always been keen on knowing how to cook. But watching food or learning food from the perspective of these professional chefs, it was more of a science and an art and less of what we in Ghana normally just cook to eat. So I fell in love with that. I became a home cook in 2017, December. And through that, I met a friend called Prince, who works at Echo, who actually introduced me to this event and was like, you are very good at what you do, so you might as well take a shot at it.
Hey, customer, it's been a long while. See, I have some oil. I'm sure you're going to like it. Which oil have you bought?
Our very own Frytol cooking oil. Now they have it in sachets too. It is a naturally cholesterol-free vegetable oil, very affordable and fortified with vitamin A.
Hey, Frytol sachet, such a cutie.
Not only that, it is hygienic, safe and trusted. Our very own Frytol. You better start selling Frytol sachet if you still want me as a customer.
Customer pa, very soon you will see me live and colored with Frytol sachet. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, cry.
Cook conveniently with Frytol cooking oil sachet. Available in different sizes. Frytol cooking oil. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to Ghana's premier city center beach resort, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Hugging the shores of the Atlantic, La Palm is located inside 30 acres of lush lawns and landscape gardens. From the moment you step through our doors, you are sure to be inspired by the unique design and facilities of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Exceed your expectations with the perfect medley of great service and intriguing facilities with a unique Ghanaian touch. We look forward to your next visit. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
is not burnt?
No, please.
Okay.
Fire is very low so that it doesn't get burnt.
Good. I put in the cloth back.
No, please. Thank you.
Half the time is gone. By this time, I should be seeing the kitchen cleared and plating concept started. Think again. What did you do to the onion? Raw onions. Raw onions are an abomination. I feel like splashing your entire plate. Raw onions are an abomination in serving food. We don't serve food with raw fresh vegetables. Show me the skills that is in this vegetable. Redo it.
Yes, chef.
Put some skill in it.
Yes,
If I
chef.
turn the whole plate upside down for
Yes,
you.
chef.
Why are you doing this pathetic sort of plating for us? My 6-year-old child can prepare this. Baby, that's... Too dry a plate. Add texture to that plate for me. This is too dry, too simplistic. Give me texture. So this is how I want to present good ingredients. The pan is burning. All hands to the sky. All hands to the sky. All hands to the sky. Now when that hand is going down, it is lifting the plate. I want every plated meal here. All hands here. Some people are still standing here. I'm not seeing lifted plates.
Don't dare that. Don't dare here. If you want to dare here.
Really?
I'm not tasting this. Yes, chicken juicy. Chicken not dried at all.
The first person to go out of the competition, the auditioning, the Accra auditioning, is Mavis, a champion. She gave it away. Mavis, you gave it away. You lost. You're out of the competition. Thank you. The next person is Vivian Ahobu. Thank you for coming. The next to go out of the competition is Awo Apao. And again, to go out of the competition at the auditioning stage is Hannah Opoku. To go out of the competition next is Evangeline Na. In my hands now are 4 aprons that will be given to the 4 that are going into the National House for the real competition. Francis Dofenyo, step forward. Francis, in the kitchen, you fried a sunny side up, dry, crispy, it was even curling on the edges. You plated your food and you put tomato on a red design on the plate. It was pathetic. During the testing, you had a good taste out of your meal. And that, I want to hand over to you an apron. You move on to the second stage. Thank you, Francis. Georgina, David. You were so confident, you didn't look stressed in the kitchen. You were cooking with no pressure. And I thought that was a good trait for a chef. But unfortunately, your food did not have the taste that the judges think should get into the next house. Thank you very much. You are out. Jonathan, your food looks a bit dry, and you told me there was sauce under the rice. When we were tasting, we didn't find any sauce under the rice. Your plating looked good. The concept looked good. But when the sauce was eaten with the chicken, it made some meaning. And for that matter, we go to the next stage of the competition. George, we thought you had some creativity. When everybody just boiled rice and put on the plate, you pureed yours, and we thought that was creative. The pureed rice was blunt. It had no taste, eating on its own. But then the topping, with a crunchy nut, eating with the chicken and the puree made some meaning. And so for that matter, the judges have decided that George Odoi stays in the competition. I have two ladies before me, Salome and Zara. Salome, Zara, one of you is staying, and I have one apron in my hand to stay in the competition. Salome, you are in. Zara, you are out.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to Ghana's premier city center beach resort, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Hugging the shores of the Atlantic, La Palm is located inside 30 acres of lush lawns and landscape gardens. From the moment you step through our doors, you are sure to be inspired by the unique design and facilities of La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel exceeds your expectations with a perfect medley of great service and intriguing facilities with a unique Ghanaian touch. We look forward to your next visit. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
It's been a long while. See, I have some oil. I'm sure you're going to like it. Eh? Which oil have you bought?
Our very own Frytol cooking oil. Now they have it in sachets too. It is a naturally cholesterol-free vegetable oil, very affordable and fortified with vitamin A.
Hey, Frytol sachet, such a cutie.
Not only that, it is hygienic, safe and trusted. Our very own Frytol. You better start selling Frytol sachet if you still want me as a customer.
Customer pa. Very soon, you will see me live and colored with Frytol sachet. Eh? You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, cry.
Cook conveniently with Frytol cooking oil sachet, available in different sizes. Frytol cooking oil. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back. This is the Frytol Enriching Lives competition brought to you by Frytol. Chef, the contestants in your kitchen, how was that for you?
I had a mixed feeling in that I had one expectation.
Yeah.
I knew that these were people who were coming in their rawness, just having the passion for the food. Some might be cooking, but if I don't have gotten there, I was not expecting so much from them when during the audition time. But I think some of them made me feel like, hey, Judge, you're wrong. When we have Frytol to be cooking in our kitchens, we can do better.
Yeah.
And so I saw some people who came up with a lot of creativity, and just like Melissa said, there was one I so remember, I think, is it Accra, where they used Gary in producing something. There was someone who cooked his rice, tossed it with the Frytol oil with some vegetables and blended it into a puree, and then sliced the chicken and put it. So there was a lot of creativity in there. And so I think, hey.
Because I also realized that 11 people cooked as opposed to 10. Exactly. Why was that? Because it looks like you couldn't decide.
Exactly, no. In such situations, when you look at passion and you look at people who are doing, and then when we are awarding marks, we are different judges, and then there was a tie, and to let somebody who is so passionate about doing this program to say, just go home because in this stage you are saying, so let's give everybody the chance. You don't know, probably the 11th person you're taking out is the person who's going to be the ultimate winner. Right. You don't know. So we give the opportunity to. And that's it.
So were you happy with the outcome? Were you happy?
Definitely, I was happy in that you can see people who were willing to learn. There was a place where I had to give somebody a second opportunity. Yeah. And, my way of doing it was a bit rude. They were scared in the kitchen. I had to take the plate and turn it upside down and say, trash that thing.
But he ended up coming through.
Exactly.
So if he hadn't thrown his food away, he possibly...
And my reason for doing that is that meal was a bit overhandled and it was a bit messy and I couldn't have tasted that meal. And yet I saw something good in there. So why shouldn't this come up again? But if she had messed it up again, well, that would have been too bad. But she pulled through.
That's the Accra auditions for you, the cooking segment. We'll just go over right now to see what happened in the Kumasi kitchen. Stay with us.
This is the cook-off kitchen. Here, these contestants will battle it out to gain themselves a spot in the finals and to also gain a bragging right as the first Frytol Enriching Lives cooking champion. And need I remind you, 100,000 Ghana cedis is up for grabs. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, I can only wish you all the very best.
I just want to encourage all contestants that you are winners already. Exhibit your God-given talent and make sure you win for me. Let the best cook win. Thank you.
Make good use of your talents and skills given by God and clean as you cook.
You are mandatorily to use Frytol cooking oil, 0% cholesterol. Mandatorily, you have to incorporate mackerel, fresh mackerel. And the third ingredient is Gary. These three ingredients have to appear on your plate. But again, the pantry has a large array of other ingredients, and if you're able to identify them or you want to use them without identification, you have that right. Anything you are doing, the plating is for just one person and it has to be contemporary. Therefore, at the countdown, you are to start work. 3, 2, and before I finish, I dare remind you that you are vying for 100,000 Ghana cedi money. And now, 1, you may start work.
My name is Geoffrey Akpenebiekro. I'm an artist, and I use food as a medium of art to speak to the public and also to myself. I usually hold exhibitions with food in public spaces for other people to also come and have interaction with the food and the art. This is what I do personally. And hearing about this competition, I was interested in it because Frytol is trying to contribute to Ghana and our culture.
My name is Rafiat Yusuf. I'm 33 years old and a mother of 3. I'm married. I'm currently the head chef at La Brasserie by Wood in Alliance Francaise. The journey to become a head chef wasn't easy. I've been in this industry for about 14 years, and throughout that 14 years, I've been a cleaner, I've been a porter, I've been a commie, and then I upgraded to sous chef, and now I'm the head chef.
I am counting down from 10 to 1. And when you hear the stroke on 1, all hands, both, should be up in the sky. Any hand that is still working or is not in the sky is deemed out of this competition. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and for the 100,000 Ghana cedis, all hands up.
It's been a long while. See, I have some oil. I'm sure you're going to like it. Eh? Which oil have you bought?
Our very own Frytol cooking oil. Now they have it in sachets too. It is a naturally cholesterol-free vegetable oil, very affordable and fortified with vitamin A.
Hey, Frytol sachet, such a cutie.
Not only that, it is hygienic, safe and trusted. Our very own Frytol. You better start selling Frytol sachet if you still want me as a customer.
Customer pa. Very soon, you will see me live and colored with Frytol sachet. Eh? You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, cry.
Cook conveniently with Frytol cooking oil sachet. Available in different sizes. Frytol cooking oil. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
So don't forget your onions, but most importantly, choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol.
So what's the story behind Frytol?
At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great tastes that creates memories to last their lifetime. That is why I add required amounts of Frytol to taste. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol.
Yes, and it's the choice of cooking oil in millions of other homes.
Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol, a cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frytol, love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Gary balls. Is there any protein in it?
Yes, please.
What protein?
Fish. I like the texture. The crusty texture and the soft crumby.
Exactly.
Middle.
I even thought it would be very hard.
Exactly.
But now I can
look at it. The perception is that
it?
a dry, chewy Gary meal, but then it is really a good thing. Rice is a garnish.
It's so cumbersome.
Thank you.
Too much.
Thank you.
So
and
cumbersome.
equally could be described as a pathetic plate. Evangeline, tell me the motivation in cooking this meal.
I had never tried it before. I saw the recipe somewhere. It's a Togolese dish, Gary Pinot, and I'd wanted to try it. I wanted to do something very adventurous, something I've never done before. So that's why I did this.
And the sauce?
The sauce is just tomato sauce.
Thank you very much. Please step aside. Edwina.
Yes, please.
What was your motivation to cook and plate this meal?
My motivation was...
I can't hear you. Can you speak up loud?
Okay. My motivation was the way the food was when I saw it.
What food was? You've seen this somewhere before?
Yes, please. It's gari penon, a traditional meal by the Togolese and the Benins. So I thought I could go outside the box. That's the normal eba we prepare here, or the
Thank you very much, Adrina. You may step aside. You are an artist.
Yes, sir.
Why? Well, tell me a story behind your plating.
Well, what I have here is pan-fried salmon with the gari roll.
Yeah, that is the menu. What is the story behind it?
Yes, looking at this presentation that I have on the plate here, I'm trying to combine the fish and the gari into...
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. We're going to taste it and we'll see if your story is that good. You may step aside. Let's allow it for just... You want to... Trying to paint them.
It's too much artist energy over there.
Wow, that was a lot of drama. Did you see what happened in the Accra kitchen? Having to use rice, oil, and chicken breast to produce something that will get you through to this competition for 100,000 Ghana cedis. Wow, I think they did well. But did you see all that emotion? It was very, very emotional at the end as to who got the aprons. Well done to our 4 selected contestants that have gone through to the finals of the Frytol Enriching Lives cooking competition. And in Kumasi, having to use gari, oil, and fish to come up with something creative, something that we haven't seen before on a plate. Oh, wow, I think we saw some really wonderful dishes, don't you think? Let's see what happens next week. So here you are. This is the end of another exciting episode. This is the Frytol Enriching Lives competition. Frytol Enriching Lives is brought to you by Frytol. Frytol oil is the flagship product of Wilma Africa. Well, until we meet again next week, it's bye-bye for now. But before we go, let's take a sneak peek into what happened in Kumasi.
Next week on Frytol Enriching Lives, the 10 contestants who cooked in Kumasi find out which of them made it to the finals.
Can you cook? You got the skills, you got the look. Believe in yourself. Frytol Enriching.
The plate looks clumsy. Even though it looks as if it looks like something that will have taste.
The contestants in Tamale had a tough time because contestants in Accra and Kumasi who didn't qualify came to crash the party.
And this one, even my 4-year-old child can dish for me. I want something that will fit an international standard restaurant. Everybody can dish into a rabbia, for God's sake. So I have a second chance.
But as the saying goes, many are called, but few are chosen. Who are the final 10 who will make it through to the national competition?
Can you cook? You got the skills, you got the look. Believe in yourself. Frytol Enriching Lives. Frytol Enriching Lives.